Start recording. Hey, oh. Hey, welcome back to TWEOM Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Morris.
Your other host, Louis the 15th.
And it's your other host, Walt Rid.
So, what's up? What's up, gentlemen? What's up?
Yeah, nothing. Helped a friend move today. It was fun.
Was it though?
Oh, no, honestly, it was. Yeah.
Always question that fun was always kind of low. Was it though?
Yeah, nah, because it was a friend from Richmond who's moving back up to Nova.
Everybody
Oh,
moving
now
back
you're
up.
good. Oh, you were helping. Yeah. I feel like everybody is, right? It's weird. It's kind of like
Yeah.
What?
everyone's kind of migrating back up this way from.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very interesting. Oh, so you helped someone move out of one place into another.
Yeah. So they were moving from Richmond back to
So you help someone move a room essentially.
or I mean their apartment.
Oh, okay, apartment. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Helping someone move houses, that's torture.
Yeah.
You got more shit.
Bruh, I know that. I know that.
I've worked at so many moving companies. Like, I fuck with y'all, but if y'all ask me to move right now, I might just give y'all the finger. Like,
Oh yeah.
keep it real.
Yeah. No, I mean
Yeah,
has to be planned.
Yeah.
Like, look, 3 months from now, I'm
There's
thinking about moving.
gonna be Popeyes,
Oh,
biscuits, and drinks.
bruh.
So you know you're doing big things.
Oh,
Yeah. What video are y'all talking about?
Oh, the music video
yeah.
For
Northside Rocky.
oh,
Northside Rocky,
All right.
the show,
Shouts
man.
out to Rocky.
Yeah, man. He's almost at 200,000 streams
Word.
on his project. So he says he's doing those numbers. He's doing those numbers, man. Congrats to him. Congrats to him. He's a cool dude, yo. I really enjoy working with him, man. So I take it both of y'all fuck with the video.
yeah, fuck with that joint.
Yeah. So what was your question, Walt?
So as like the styling of the video, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's almost you're like a chameleon in a sense because I wouldn't like associate this with Joe Morris, at first,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I was just like, where were you grabbing inspiration from, with it?
Well, initially, Devin hit me up. Kenny hit me up, and he brought Devin and his friend Juwan had cooked up an idea, and they sort of wrote out a rudimentary treatment. And it had this guy. He was at a restaurant. And he finds money, comes up. So my brain instantly went to that baby on baby video.
Okay.
Where he's in a restaurant and the dude's like, I could put you on. He like bounces and quits. Except this was the guy. He just happens to find this money that guy's left behind, and he runs off with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going to be like this sort of these guys are after him. And they had this really long drawn out thing, but I was like, yo, your song is 2 minutes and 33 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you got to really condense this. And you kind of don't want to go over a minute of dialogue and acting, and because then your people are gone. You know what I mean? It's just, let's keep it under 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 33 seconds max tops. And then we crapped about 3 minutes, 33 seconds, but 4 minutes tops. That's what we wanted. So when I got the treatment, I wrote it down and condensed it. I added the Uber scene and just leaving the money in a more simplistic way versus him working in a restaurant, us getting that, sort of humdrum daily Future and Drake pretending like they're working hard. and it's basically like, and then for the ending, they had the location plan for the air shoot.
Word,
and different things on those natures, because they already had the location and the pilot is cool with them. So it was just in that moment, I was like, yo, let's just get that slow motion. And we shot more footage at the airport that didn't make it to the final cut, which I'm kind of upset about, honestly. I wanted that footage because it's more of a run and a tracking shot. So I was just like, yo, let's just get a tracking of them running and jumping on the plane and taking off. Well, we didn't know we'd get the takeoff, but I was originally just like, let's get a shot of them running towards the plane. We'll get like a really tight close up and kind of that like them sort of both enamored at the fact they're getting away, or really tight slow-mo shot, and just have, at this last second, And so they're running from the camera. We were going to do a side and have them running from it. And as he running, Rocky sort of like slowly turns and starts to flick the camera off, kind of like we getting away with it type of thing.
Yeah.
But right before you see it fully extend, it just cuts to black. And we were going to hit like that to be continued that all hip hop videos use.
Yeah.
So as you know, when you get on the ground and things start moving, things change. And like I said, man, we had an incredible team of people for this video. Like I worked with Nathan and Valeria. They were a DP team. It was my first time working with a DP team. So, but with Valeria, for me, it was she took a look at the original treatment that I did for the project, and she sort of went through and added and wrote it all out in a script format. And so we had all these, we all had these same ideas going forward. It was kind of being what we want to be able to get when we were there on location. Because planning this whole thing, we didn't know we were filming outside. We didn't know what the boutique was really going to look like. And we connected with this group down there, Noah and Celine and I'm forgetting Lauren. It's just an incredible crew down there. And Celine did our set decoration. So I just basically told her we just want to make it look like a boutique. You know, you want a mirror, a giant mirror, so it looks like a changing room, outlet of a changing room kind of thing, and the feel. And I talked with Valeria, and Valeria was and Nathan was lighting guru with this thing, and he did the lighting. Essentially, he was the lighting look part of the DP team, and she was kind of more, I guess you could say, working with me in terms of making sure we're getting a narrative and story structured. And like I said, we were just plugging along. When we went down there, we went location scout, and we picked the side streets, and we did everything. And like I said, it was my first time doing a music video that people will see. And it's one of those things where, like I said, man, the whole team came down. Kenny rented the studio out, and we got it done, man. It was just wild. But in terms of it being like, the airport scene was definitely Queen and Slim.
All day.
All day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, that's exactly where that inspiration was, purely Queen and Slim. So that was and then for the restaurant, we were kind of going for Kevin's Heart, the J. Cole video.
Okay.
If you've seen it, you know, I really like that lighting style in there. That was the lighting that I chose for those sequences. We ended up getting brighter because Kevin has a more controlled space. It's like a dimly lit restaurant.
Yeah.
We originally wanted that to sort of be more fancy, but we kind of realized in their escape, it's kind of like they're just kind of eating before they go to the airport. So it's kind of this daytime brunch type of thing.
Yeah.
So when we got the location, we had this one restaurant. Chris didn't like it when he was on the project, so he was adamant about switching the restaurant. I was gonna make it work because I was just like, yo, let's just get it done.
Of course.
But they found another restaurant, and this one was way better. So I do agree with the fact that we switched it. And just, you know, where we're going in, the way we're doing it, where we're shooting. And Devin, man, Kenny's son, his flow with the music and what he was doing, getting the shots. And he was the camera op. They were the DP team. Noah and his crew handled G&E. And, you know, basically I was there just to make sure we're keeping a cohesive vision. Okay, we can't do these shots anymore because we only got 3 hours here. Let's just cut it down, condense it, move it to these. You know how it goes when we're on set. Things switch, and they're always, you got to have contingency plans and come up with everything, but making sure you're still thinking about the narrative. And that was my main focus, just keeping a narrative structure and flow throughout the story. And everyone had their own input, and just seeing what input validates that narrative and that structure and that flow, and then what input doesn't need to be there. Kenny had some homies on set that were helpful in some regards, but in other regards, they're kind of like, y'all niggas need to. But it's just like, it was fun though. It was a blast, man. I had a great time doing it. I love the final product. I would have cut it differently, or at least had some different shots in there that I think were just magnifique, but they did a great job with the edit to me though. It was fire. Like, that is dope. It's ill, man. Like I said, it's just fun.
Word, man. It sounds like a lot of love that you had for it, and a lot of love for the people that were working there too.
Well, one thing, the song doesn't suck.
That is true.
Yeah,
like his voice is nice on it.
The song is great. Like, I love the song. It's an earworm.
Yeah.
So up echelon. You know, it's just in there in that pocket. So that was helpful to actually have an artist's music that you're glad to be working with. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't like Yeah, hate. Like essentially, not just a money grab, you know.
Because
And Kenny went all out on production value too, man. So
yeah,
and
man,
Cook lenses, man.
it's I mean, one, it looked professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounded professional. It's
Well, at this point, as Kenny said, it was professional.
absolutely.
Yeah,
That's what the river
that's what we
leads,
do.
you know.
You know
That's
what I'm
what the
saying?
river
And he's
leads.
right. It's like that's why he brought me on. He wanted to add that professionalism to it. He wanted to just be a lower. He didn't want it to be kind of what his previous. Well, I think I love his video for That's Important. The video he did before Put You On. It's very simple, but the camera work is nice. The acting, well, the sequences, the acting is solid. I think it's a very well done video and it's dope. But you can see that we took the production value up another level with this, just look wise and aesthetic. But other than that, I think the two videos that I've seen from this project from him, nice. They're good. They're solid. Another team did the other one, but like I said, we came through and we did our thing. We made it a little narrative music video.
Gonna be making more music videos for more artists?
Nah.
But
nah. And it's like I'm not a music video. For me, it was just helping Kenny out, man. That's all it was. It was about because Kenny was going down there and it's
bro, you could be the next Professor X.
I mean, look, if I'll do another one if like for instance, I'm listening to his project right now. I have a great concept for his opening track. Can't Live Twice. That joint is fire. So I have a great conceptual visual for that already. That I would think is more it's more in like getting towards that because with this one you got to make a playful video.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what? You know what I'm saying? It's a playful song, it's a playful video. But I wanted to make sure we kept that narrative in there, and Kenny wanted that too. And Kenny wanted us to focus on transitions, so making sure our transitions were always going to be dope. Devin did a great job. He had a great couple of last minute suggestions while we were rolling that helped with those fluidity, those transitions. Like he's the one who said open the door, and Valeria came up with the clothes separating to open the boutique, and then I was the one who was like, "Yo, heads can sync up with glasses clinking."
Wait,
and it just was like,
who's Valeria? Is that
Valeria is the second half of the DP team. It was a two people DP. What Chris's normal one person job, two people were doing it. So essentially, like I said, it was Nathan, because Chris got COVID like symptoms, didn't want to go with us, understandably. And then he was like, "Yo, Nathan can do it," and I was like, "Nathan, what do you need to do to feel comfortable to do this?" And he was like, "I need Valeria with me, and can you get Corey as assistant camera?" Corey Mason was pulling focus. He was doing his thing. That's basically his job. And for me, like I said, I had learning pains on set because for me, my fault. We had like production go over like an hour and a half the first day. That was totally my fault because I was just letting too many people have too much of a good vibe in the boutique scene. And we did a lot of takes of it, and everyone was coming in with input, and it felt such a jovial moment. I didn't want to kill it. So Kenny ended up having to get Noah, who is the guy on our gaffer for the project, and he was like, "Yeah, man, just go through and tell everybody don't talk unless let the director do his thing or whatever." And I was just like I said, we got behind because of that, and we had some heating issues in that warehouse. That shit was hot as fuck. The light went out, so it didn't blow. And we had like so much gear, man. I think Kenny said he spent about 22,000 on the video.
Oh, nice.
Maybe 20,000. Maybe 20,000 on production. And we did a lot of shit that we did not pay for. Like we didn't get permits to shoot in the streets of Atlanta. We just did that shit.
Atlanta be alright.
No, it's funny because you see other niggas shoot videos, but they got the gimbal and stuff, and they're just rocking through. We had like a whole crane set up in the middle of the street. It was blocking traffic off for the opening sequence. So on those things, you kind of need a permit sometimes.
I mean, look, as long as the police ain't bothering y'all, you know, you fine.
Nah, like the dude on the last day, we had to get the traffic shot. So I had this idea because I was like, "Yo, we don't have enough time to get this whole sequence in the middle of a traffic light." You know, where he picks up where he sees the bag initially. So I was like, "Yo, we have to park the white truck, which is Kenny's, next to his. we'll shoot that sequence, and then we'll get a wide shot of him pulling next to that white truck at the light.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you think he's at the light, but really we're just parked down the street and their cars are next to each other. So we can shoot. We need to shoot. So it was like that was interesting to get that cheat in, and but you know, coming up with those things on the fly, man. That's what I love about directing and making sure, like I said, we're just keeping it going. And I told Rocky he had to be out by like 11:50 that day because he had a flight to catch because we had to accidentally extend to get those scenes because we are gonna get them the first day, and I was like, yo, I'll get you out. We'll be done at 11:50, bro. So we go across the street. I'm like, yo, we gotta get this light. We like, yo, we're gonna make sure there ain't no cars coming. So we need no cars to come and pull up to this light at the same time. You need to be right next to this truck, like you're in the truck when we parked and shot the other stuff. It was just boom, boom, boom. And we next to this AutoZone, this black dude came out angry. He's like, "Oh, I've had this business for over 40 years, and y'all sitting here blocking traffic." I was like, "Sir, we're gonna get this one thing done. We're gonna get this one thing." And so when I see the light go red, I wave them to the light. And no other, and this one car came. I was like, dirty mother. But the joint made a right, and I just needed the white car to go in the left lane and the other one to go straight, just so you can see them pulling next to each other. And bro, we got that joint done. And by the time they busted the U-turn, made it back to the lot, it was 11:50 on the dot. Damn. And I was just like, yo, I told you we get you done at 11:50, bro.
Yeah.
Son, I done been in so many like music video sets. I forgot all about that permit shit. Like when we used to shoot videos with Josh, we ain't had no permits for nothing. We was just out there in the middle of DC shooting shit. Like,
oh no, most of them go down like that, to be honest. But it's just kind of like it was just interesting because, like I said, we got that production value, man. It's like if we had to do what everybody has to do to make videos right now with this, like what we spent isn't that crazy, especially for the look we achieved and everything we did.
Yeah, absolutely.
The airport was on the low, so that's a homie there. So we got that really much for free, and we stole all them shots of the plane because we had to get them joints quick because the planes was landing and they parked there. So I was like, so initially he was like, yeah, you could use all this, and you could. I was like, yo, could we get a shot of? I came with the idea to run. Yo, let's just track them right through these, and then we'll get this secondary. And Corey was walking up. Corey was like, it'll be dope. We get a shot of him running through these planes. I was like, we're going to get a shot of him running through these planes. And I was like, and we say, yo, let's do this shit. And we set it up and we track that. And that's literally, Devin has like the gimbal, this like 25, probably like $60,000 rig with the camera, lens, all that shit, right? $65,000 camera rig. And he's like hanging out the back of this truck. And we have the Yukon hood up in the back. And we have him like tied off, and like Noah and the guys are holding on to him, and we're like, Kenny's driving, and I tap Kenny on the shoulder for action, and it's just like this tracking joint, and we got that joint. Rocky pulls in, and I'm like, yo, pull in, get out, run with there in the arm, and we got that in the side profile. And there was a beautiful part of it where they're just running in these planes, and as we turn, and as they are going, and we're tracking, bro, the shot just it like goes from these planes. It opens up to this huge ass fucking field where the airfield is. They didn't put that shot in there. I was so pissed. I was like, yo, that shot was fire. Like, I need that shot. I need that shot. Like, just to have it. Like, you can just feel good watching that shit, nigga. But yeah, that was the process. And right now, last time I checked, we're getting about 15 views every 30 minutes.
I ain't checked back since the last time I watched it.
It's about to cross 5,000. So it's doing that. It was doing like, it's getting like, got to like 4,000 around midnight-ish last night. And I was doing it around 7. So it's crossing the 1,000 threshold a couple hours earlier every day. Okay. So it's getting that traction. It's getting that slow build traction.
All right, video.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about like almost 5K views. Yeah. 4.9K views 5 days ago. 72 love.
Yeah, everybody was helpful though, man. Like I said, that was just everybody coming together to make a real dope visual, and that shit worked beautifully. I told Kenny, man, I was like, bro, Kenny, man, we starting to, we can run faster with music videos. We ain't got to worry about that audio and shit. And even with the opening scene, it didn't matter because they had their mask on. So he was like, yo, we just get them talking and shit. Y'all frozen?
No, I'm just literally scrolling through the comments. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's popping? What else is
What you
popping?
say?
Yeah, this is a wild video.
Yeah, it's a fun video, ain't it?
It is. This is another one I saw on Instagram. I just sent it to the group.
All right, so
What we gonna start off with today?
where do y'all want to start? Oh, I saw this shit with him riding the joint.
Yeah, like
Yeah. It look like some Philly shit.
it's definitely some Philly or some New York shit.
Philly or New York. Or it's like someone said Philly or the Bronx.
Facts.
All right,
So
man,
who's running this page?
page?
With the simp post. The feminist or whatever the page is called.
Oh, I was gonna use that as a question of the week. We get to that a little later, but unless y'all want to start there.
Yeah, might as well start off.
I kind of like when we start recurrent stuff because that's kind of our structure at this point. I don't like to break the structure up too much.
What do you call it? The love of my life, SZA has announced her second.
I love my life. This nigga.
Man.
You simp ass nigga.
I don't give a fuck. I'll simp for SZA.
Yeah, I'll simp for SZA.
But see, to me, I didn't know. I see. We already get because Louis brought this shit up. Now we might as well fucking get into it.
Facts.
Get to it.
I really want to get structure to this shit, y'all. Like, I'm not playing.
Simping is the dumbest thing.
Simping, but the way that simping was described in that, I never took that as simping.
Oh, I gotta go back to the post.
Like to me, like if a person, because for instance, it's like you, for instance, if you would say something like this. So apparently, it's a guy says, "Oh my God, my girl treats me so sweet," and society calls him a simp because he says that.
Well, no. So it's the intention behind it. All right. So it's that good guy intention. Like, I was nice to a girl, maybe she'll touch my dick.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
They're saying that you should allow the man to make those statements. Society calls him a simp for making those statements. That's what the post is saying. The post is saying, so you're chilling out and you like, yo, my girl treats me so sweet, right?
Yeah.
Society says simp.
So here's her.
That's why it confused me.
I'm looking at the post right now, and here's the society definition. According to this feminist page, I don't know what she got. You know, a male who should feel shame in treating a girl properly or with kindness, in most cases, the bare minimum. I'm like, I don't know what like toxic page she got that from, because
that's never been what a simp is, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, to me, that's always been kind of like almost like a people pleaser. Like Walt just said, like somebody who does or changes their ways in order to please a woman to get the box.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. I thought it was a chameleon-like motherfucker who's just saying whatever to say, appearing as sweet as possible in the hopes that it gets him something that he wants from a woman.
Exactly. That's what a simp is.
No, but this seems to be implying that society calls men who treat women well simps. And I'm like, no, we don't.
Also, these new niggas don't know how to read, so I mean,
facts. That's facts. No, it's scary. It's scary as fuck. But they really
don't know how to read, so they can say simp all day and have zero idea what they're talking about.
I'm starting to think, bro. Like, I think the majority of the country has a 5th grade reading level.
I mean, that's the reading level that newspapers are at.
Yeah,
I just want to know where she got this definition, because this whole post is like.
It seems very like
from her very reliable source on Tumblr.
But you know what? After doing her research for life, right? Well, my thing is this.
Hey, you know,
like what it looks like she's interpreting is that society has made treating women well a misnomer. Like, it's made it something bad.
Society or the internet?
She's put society. She didn't say internet. She put society in her definitional breakdown.
Yeah.
So to me, it implies this. It's like, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the degree where we would actually, like, if a dude say, yo, my girl treat me mad sweet, you know, most niggas say, I need to get one like that.
Right.
That's all I've ever heard. Now,
Or
you know what?
Like, damn, where can I get one? Like,
now, in her reference, I get the part where back in the, like, let's say a dude was like, yo, man, we about to go hit the club. He's like, yo, I got to ask my girl first. Niggas be like, oh, this nigga pussy.
yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, so that is what she seems to be implying for the word simp. And I'm like, no. We do that. We do that in certain circumstances. We do be like, oh man, you got your girl, man. What you got, pussy whipped or something?
Right. But,
like,
but it's also at the same time we understand why he's going back and telling his girl.
It's jovial. It's
exactly
not anything. It's never been anything malicious.
Nah.
But like I said, I was just confused by it because I'm not trying to like be a man explaining shit, but I'm just like, that's never been what a simp is. A nigga who will see. Bro, a simp is a nigga who will see all these half naked photos on IG and then join the OnlyFans. I thought that's what we was calling simp niggas nowadays, where it's like,
that's a simple ass nigga. Right
that, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I see the titty. I likes the titty. I pays for the titty.
Or you can just wait until, you can just wait like all of us did until someone hacks that shit. And we all get it for
the
free.
teraflops to
like, was anybody thinking that this OnlyFans wasn't going to get hacked as soon as we saw the uprising? I mean, the uptick in accounts after the pandemic started.
Bro, all they weren't even waiting for a pandemic. They were just waiting for the number. That was it. Said, we got how many people that have registered creators? That's right.
So
yeah, I think she was or he. I don't know. Like again, I don't know who's running the page.
Oh, well, I think it's a woman.
So
feminist. So says feminist. I like think a woman's right.
The feminist.
Funny if it's just a nigga sitting there.
Sorry, you really like never know.
Draws typing up this.
You really never know. But I feel like that person was spending a lot of time in like the negative parts of the internet. I by that I mean like the really toxic, like.
Yeah, like so,
like Reddit comment sections, like where niggas just be talking mad reckless.
Bro, it says when someone says my girlfriend is beautiful, society simp.
Come on, son, that's exaggeration right there.
Don't say stuff like that about her. It's disrespectful. Simp.
That's exaggeration. That's hyperbole.
Yeah, like I said, it's these young kids. It's these young kids on the internet, and I think the internet has done what it does. It makes something out of nothing.
It exaggerates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
we basically say this posted some bullshit.
Had reposted it from another page called Global Reform. And right now, because it almost seems like they're trying to attack that what's it, the incel like type of mentality, like.
Oh no, I see what they're saying. It's just the word was not accurately. I guess the word they're trying to break down isn't what it is.
Wait, hold on.
So this page is top tier snowflakes.
Hold on. So this is the caption from the original poster. Global Reform says disclaimer. Further down, this post is extremely important to understand, especially with the popularity of meme culture. Skip down to the second disclaimer. Or the third disclaimer, it says the word simp is a part of AAVE. This post is not directed towards those who use it in that sense. First off, I didn't realize that simp is simp AAVE? I thought that shit was just out.
You know niggas made that shit up, bro.
I don't.
But still, like
I think I'm not gonna lie.
Doesn't feel like one of ours.
I feel like anything that is a shortened or pronunciation of an already known word or connotation was done by Black people.
Right.
At some point in history. I think we're the only ones who got the swag like that to do shit like that. Trevor Noah has a whole bit about that, how we just take pronunciation out. Like, nah, I mean. Like, you know what I mean? So we would be the type of person to be like, oh, this simp ass nigga, cray. Like, we do shit like this all the time. So it's not like.
Fixing to.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, so it's kind of like, okay, so the disclaimers were in there. I was like, okay, you got 5 disclaimers at this point. Does your post have any validity?
Right. Hey, just so you know. Don't
I just want to make sure.
Don't attack us. End the post.
So like I said, I think it is. Like I said, I think this is a white person thing.
This is some snowflake shit. I don't like using that word, but
it happened. This happened in quarters where we are not present. Meaning, this is some white people shit. Like that's not how simp has been thrown around in our circles. Like simp really didn't start taking off to me until I started seeing niggas do shit like they was like, Rob, man, stop being a simp ass nigga, Black China trying to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's always been a man who is doing. A simp can be you can say simp in a derogatory meaning like a simp could be a dude who's conniving and just saying whatever he's doing and just placating to a woman just to get her. But to me, he has to be losing if we call him a simp. I mean, because if he's lying to a woman and getting her, it's just a player. You know what I'm saying? If he lies to a woman and books her, that's a player. But if he's lying to her, she knows he's lying. She's taking advantage of it, using his money, finances, resources.
He's still letting it go.
But she's still, that's a simp. That's a simp. Because it's like we all knew how it was going to end for Rob. For some reason, we had to act like we didn't know how it was going to end for Rob.
Right. But the thing is, it's not like people didn't say how it was going to end for Rob.
No, people did, but they got dragged. They got dragged online by the cancel culture for saying bad things about Black China.
The only reason why I say that is because there was a similar situation I had heard of from a friend of a friend of a friend or whatever. But essentially, girl is out of the dude's league, essentially, all right? And the girl is crazy, but nobody informs the dude that the girl is crazy. And so when she does like some severely crazy shit, you know, dude is heartbroken over it. You know, I wouldn't call him a simp, but I can see the internet calling him one. Because he should have known, quote unquote.
Should have known. Okay, I got you.
Exactly. Because
it's like finding out somebody started dating Azalea Banks, and then they were shocked that she threw a ashtray at him or something. Right. And I'm gonna be like, bro, you had to see that coming if you date Azalea Banks. Like, I'm not saying she hits people, but I'm just saying, like, if you were dating Azalea Banks, she threw an ashtray at you, I'd be like, I would expect this in a relationship with Azalea Banks.
But also, it's like, if you didn't know anything about Azalea Banks, and then she did some craziness, like, if dude really didn't know anything about Azalea Banks, she did craziness, and then it's like, okay, well, I didn't realize.
To your point, I don't think we call those individuals simps. Okay. The internet may. Because the internet is going to be like, how come you didn't see it, dumbass? Even though
exactly.
Everything we see is hindsight on the internet. Of course, motherfucker, we see the back end of whatever happened. It's like the replay in the game. The ref ain't gonna see all that shit live.
You ain't see his foot on the line.
How you ain't see that shit, nigga? Because these niggas was moving at 40 miles an hour, and y'all niggas got and y'all got 1080p slow mo at the crib. Of course, I'll see this
nigga going. He's going frame by frame.
Exactly, nigga. Exactly. So, and it's like, but I think that you're right, and like we would call him a simp if he were warned.
Yeah,
simp is really like an I told you so.
Yeah.
Because it's not like any woman at any point could get any one of us to that level, depending on our attraction to her. They can all break us down if they wanted to.
We already said scissor, like all of us would break down.
Yeah. Like I said, and it's like, you know, it's that old joint. Remember Tom and Jerry when the smells used to like they smell some food and the fingers used to come with the food and get up in these niggas' noses and start pulling away. And shit.
These niggas be doing whole other activities and then just.
I think we all have a woman, whether it be a celebrity or a personal crush or IG. We all have a chick that if she did that, in our brains at least, we would go. Like, where you want me to go? What you want me to do? Who you want me to kill? We all got those couple of joints.
Nah, that's facts.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So that post inaccurate as far as the culture goes.
As far as the culture, irrelevant. So, but I'm glad that they knew it was irrelevant to Black people.
Yeah, it's probably some snow bunny made that.
Yeah. Look, it had 16,000 comments from August 8th.
And you know they were shitting on that.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
As far like young boys, they need to realize that you can't just be throwing words around. I mean, granted, they're gonna learn their lessons just like, you know, every other person learns their lessons. But I'm not going around saying simp because, you know, you're nice to a lady
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be nice to people, just in general.
I agree, and it's also not really the word. It's about intention behind when you say the word, right?
Exactly.
So
Like
that's what we're trying to fix in society. People's intentions, intentions with each other. That's what we're trying to solve.
yeah.
What are our intentions with each other? Is your intention to uplift my people, or is it to exploit them? What is your intention?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't see the meaning of that word ever used positively though. So
no,
it's not
I,
like it's
I
not like
have.
Hey Lewis, you're a real
how is
simp.
that positive?
I
You're a real
think
simp.
You see, when has that ever been a
You
positive
can't-
thing
no.
in the
I
culture?
have. I've seen it used positively.
How?
There's I don't know. Was it Lana Rhodes, the porn
I'm
star?
so interested right now.
I think Solana Rhodes has she has a as Lana Rhodes or another like porn star girl who has like a line of, I think it might rather who says simps matter, because to them we're calling simps the people who get their OnlyFans. So to them they're like no, simps are like, for instance, Lana Rhodes has a line says support your local fuckboys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, fuckboys are the ones who supposedly drop the D off and but they ain't shit anywhere else, So she's like, support your local fuckboys, which I understand that. So there is a sort of grafting of, if we're saying simp because you're going over bounds and like purchase, like there's one chick I follow on IG. I'm seeing her, she does these videos where she pulls her shirt up and reveals her ass in public places.
Mhm.
And you've seen these before. I don't know why they think it's weird, but she just pulls her pants up, and my brain's like, yo, man, what layer of fear or apprehension in her brain is preventing her from just being naked at this point? Because you're doing everything but taking one thin layer of clothing off and revealing the pussy, right? So, but I hadn't searched her on Reddit yet, and she does have an OnlyFans. Turns out she already got the news out.
Yeah.
She got full-on sex videos out. I had no clue. I thought she was the ones of the girls who did the OnlyFans, but kind of only gave you a slightly more sexy photos.
Well, who's the one girl that academics was thirsting up? Ruby Rose, was that her name?
Is that it? I think she was in WAP.
Right.
Yeah, she was in that Migos
Yeah.
video. Bad and Bougie.
So basically, you tell me as soon as that joint popped up, Act froze that joint, and got the lotion, huh?
I have the whole bottle. I'm shaking.
Yeah, he hit her up. He was like, "How wet is it though, Ruby?" I want to talk about that a little bit. I don't want to go too much into WAP, but I realized something about WAP. Right?
What?
Why is this thing focusing? I'm back. I realized this thing about WAP. WAP gives. Is it wrong if we weaponize WAP the same way women have weaponized penis size?
Is it wrong?
Or penis size or ability to last long? Because Missy Elliott had a whole song, she don't want a 1 minute man, right? Okay. So our performance in bed has always been something that's lambasted amongst women. Okay. Meaning, you got the big dick energy, or he got little dick energy. You see these things, right? So now can we say, oh, she got that dap energy?
So it's
she giving me dry energy.
Not a fair fight.
But I'm just saying, because for instance, right, they gave it to us. Cardi gave us this, right? So now, if you, because for instance, if you a woman that's mad at WAP, I'm assuming you got a dap.
Like Ben Shapiro's wife.
Exactly. So that's why I brought this up, because what happened with Ben Shapiro's wife. Ben is up here chastising his song, and people start going like, Ben, what you mad at wet pussies for? And he's like, my wife would never, da, 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 da. And they're like, oh, Ben, your wife joined dry. So now I'm wondering, did Ben have to get a talking to from his wife? Because you just what the internet does. The internet will distort you, bro. Because we know what he is. He's being angry old white person. I don't like these visuals and these asses, right?
Though. I don't know if Ben Shapiro is true. Well, the only other tweet I saw from Ben Shapiro was a wife about his wife going on taking a $5,000 trip with her trainer to Hawaii. I was like,
Look,
wait, what?
I feel like.
So you know what we would call Ben, right? To bring it full
Simp.
ass nigga. Oh, simp ass nigga.
Yes,
You know what? I understand if she got that dap for Ben, you know? Like,
look, all
she might
I
have
need to
that
know
wop
is all I need to know is this. Ben, you're getting cheated on, but I'd be crazy. I'd be crazy to believe if Ben ain't cheating himself though. You know, he got some young conservative girls dropping them panties out.
Hey,
oh, my bad.
Young conservative.
Yeah, dropping the panties off.
Little Tommy Lauren on the side.
Exactly. Young little Dre walked up to him. She was like, "Mine's a
you
wop, Ben."
The second I came in.
Ben got in one of them wops. He was like, "Oh my God."
Hey, so speaking of that, very much connected. I see something on Cultural Millennials, page I follow, and there's a post saying like Twitter believes Kodak said WAP first in a song, which is kind of funny because Kodak and Cardi B have this like
a weird.
I don't know if it's like this weird connection as far as like how her career really took off because she got the flow for Bodak Yellow from Kodak's song. So then all of Twitter is so here's the line, I think it is. My name is Kodak, but you know that already. I don't want the WAP, baby. I just want the Fetty. I don't know what Kodak song that's from, but apparently it's like, it's been out there already. So the internet's like, at what point is Kodak Black going to get that fat check from Cardi B? Because this is 2-3 times now where Kodak has helped her out in her career.
Let's call up Abel and ask him when he's going to get his check from Aubrey.
Which is never.
So we know the answer.
Right.
Niggas be stealing shit, yeah. And Kodak in jail, you can't do nothing with it.
Right, like
he could use that check. That's commissary.
Cardi is like a female version of Kodak though.
Is she?
Yeah.
Nah,
them both project babies.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the South has a lot of culture, and like the way they speak and the way they dress and everything like that. And the rap game gets a lot. Like we take a lot from the South. Like we all know the South been running shit since it was like.
I didn't think she was the first to ever acronym that. Like,
right.
That's just impossible to me to believe that she's the first one to ever acronym that. So,
like.
But to your point, I think definitely, she should always be paying homage to Kodak.
Little Kodak, Project Baby.
Yeah.
Hey, she should, when he gets home, extend a little offer to him, do a little collab.
A little WAP remix.
Yeah.
Right, something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not a WAP remix because.
I'm good on that.
Assault, like charges or never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right, you was right. He don't need a WAP remix because this nigga got the charges. You was right there.
Trying to get some
100% right.
Nah, I think he could spice that song.
Trying to get some WAP from that nigga.
Never mind.
Yo, so I got a question.
I gave up water. All I wanted was
I'm gonna save it for later.
I'm a booty warrior.
Yo, have y'all
rewatched?
I've been rewatching the Boondocks on what do you call it, HBO?
Yeah, I do it at least once a year.
Bro.
I rewatch Boondocks at least once a year. Maybe once every 2 years now.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. John passed, but I think they can engineer his voice enough. He's got enough times he spoke. Just pay his family to get royalties and stuff. And
hey, honestly, I think if anything, maybe like he passes unexpectedly, but getting Jennifer Lewis in there.
Who was that character again?
Jennifer Lewis is the grandmother from Blackish.
No, I know who she is, but I'm saying as far as the Boondocks goes, like, what is her role?
She's not in it.
Then why you bring her name up? Did I miss something?
So no, I bring her name up because
you did miss something, nigga.
I guess I did.
I mean, John Witherspoon passed away, so
he was just explaining.
Right,
maybe it could be a grandma instead of a granddad.
Exactly.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's a perfect equivalent actually.
And he says he mentions that he has like a sister or a cousin or whatever like that. That's his age, so
I think
they could
Jennifer
write it
Lewis would be
in.
perfect. That would be dope.
It's
I
not going
don't.
to be the same. I mean, of course, it's going to be different, but the energy level is going to be the same, and that's really what propels the show.
Nah, I just said we computer generate his voice, man. Like, real talk, bro. I understand that, like, you know, you put. I don't think John would have given a fuck what script he read anyway, but
I mean, right?
I don't know, man. I'm just like, yo, I need pops in that drink, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not going. It's just gonna be crazy. And I feel like what we using all this technology for if he can't live on in that way through his voice.
I mean,
His voice was the
not
most
saying that he
iconic
can
part of him.
never come back, but you know, like,
But we all know what Pop sound like. He's the most iconic part of Pop.
of course.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if like you gonna have the Tupac hologram, but not really play Tupac's music with it.
Nah.
Have a nigga cover Tupac's song, but be in the hologram of Tupac while he does it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, why if you have this perfect place to simulate this man and leave a legacy or extend it even more when you go ahead and do. I know they probably won't, but I'm just saying, like, I would. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Did we lose both Pops in the same year? Nah, John Witherspoon died last year, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, he died last year.
Wait, who are you?
No. Witherspoon, did he die earlier this year?
I want to say he died in.
That was last year. It was last year. I saw it on my feed.
I feel it was last year.
I saw it on my feed. It's been a wild ass year, but yeah. So, did you guys watch any of the DNC stuff?
I saw highlights of it. I heard about the speeches.
Yeah. Yo, man, the Democratic establishment does not like AOC.
Clearly.
At all.
She got what, like a pre-recorded 1 minute slot?
And I'm starting to be slightly disturbed at how you're going out of your way to silence her because the people like her. But for some reason, Bill is still giving speeches while he got whole photos with Epstein, got photos of him getting back rubs, been on the plane 26 times. Like
26 times?
Yeah, bro. I'm at this point, I'm confused where I'm like, if there's anybody you should bury in the background, is Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Like, that nigga should have a minute to talk.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah, you letting Bill give whole speeches, and I'm like, bro, ain't nobody. Bill, I got questions for you right now, Nick.
Why you got questions?
Was that a Bill impersonation? Nah, I mean,
I did not have sexual
I
relations.
did not get a back rub from
on that island.
That island.
But I mean, he's
who Jeffrey Epstein is.
Oh, my old guy, Jeff. Now we had a falling out back in the day. I haven't talked to him since.
Since the last time I was on the plane.
Yeah. But I would have kept it real. If I was one of these people who really do shit, I would be like, look, man, I caught a flight from this nigga. He was talking about, do you want to smash the stewardess? And I was like, ain't she like 12? And I bounced. I would have had a whole story. They'd be like, why didn't you report this suit? I was like, they billionaires.
I ain't no snitch.
Ain't nobody about to snitch on no billionaires. Nigga, like,
disappear my ass. Like,
there's a reason why people only get mad at the looting of the broke people on the street and not the looting of Wall Street and these billionaires. It's because you can displace your anger at those who are below you monetarily.
Exactly.
Like,
totem pole.
Yeah, but really, you should be mad at them niggas. Like, the rich people looted us like crazy.
Bruh, like, India's
like, what you gonna do to a billionaire?
What you gonna do to them niggas in Chicago? But you don't mind getting on them keyboard warriors. Oh, this is just wrong. We need to.
Yeah, because they're more reachable. You know how it is. You can't really discipline.
You can judge them. They feel they can judge those people. They can't judge the billionaires because they always say shit like, you don't know what it's like to have to maintain a private jet and pay for your yacht to be docked yearly and the barnacles scraped off the bottom of the boat.
The barnacles.
I am a job creator. If I don't have that yacht, there's no place to park it. And if there's no place to park my yacht and there's no yachts to park anywhere, there's no yacht yards. And if there's no yacht yards, we don't have any employees at those yacht yards. We're job creators, damn it.
Yeah, so again, Bill Clinton probably should have got a 1 minute pre-recorded video because you're looking kind of sus right now.
And can we just? I'm not gonna lie. Aside, I know this is like regressive in a way, but AOC is really sexy to me.
Yo, son.
Like she bad, like really bad, and I'm like,
keep it $1.50, son. I found this random list of like the finest politicians.
Yeah, AOC's
of course AOC's on, but and I sent this to Joe because I feel like I don't gotta do no explaining. But Michigan's governor kind of sexy. I don't know if y'all seen it. She got that like mom.
Oh yeah, we saw about it. Yeah,
going on.
Dropping off kids, extracurriculars.
Don't just say she got that mom feel about her.
She got that MILF. She got that MILF.
Look her up, son. Just go.
Do we
right
still
now.
say MILF? Is MILF still good?
I'm saying it. She can MILF, son.
Is MILF okay?
Go ahead and Google Michigan's governor right now, Walt, and tell me you don't want milk and cookies.
Yes. So in certain instances, MILF is okay. Know your crowd.
She
gotcha.
You don't have to read the room, but just know your crowd.
I'll say that on CNN. If I ever get a CNN interview, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I just didn't like the way he talked to me. And also, Michigan governor is a MILF. I just want to let that be known. Holla at me.
Your husband about to tweet your ass.
And I can already fix this. I'm your brand manager. You say she's a MILF to me.
Ooh.
You got to say the to me part. You got to personalize it because if you generalize that statement, now they on you.
That's a compliment, man. I don't know any woman that'd be like.
Ugh. It is a compliment if you add the to me. I believe it can stay a compliment if you say to me.
It's a compliment if she likes your back.
Nah.
That's a compliment, man.
Or not likes your back if she thinks you're cute.
The intention of it is a compliment, but it isn't a complimentary word.
No,
that's what
no, it is not.
No, it's not. It's what we're saying, but the intention behind calling someone a MILF is not to be. And I get a lot of this thing is just men don't update our language.
No,
we don't. We really don't. And it's like, and we'll reuse old shit, stuff that used to probably be derogatory. We'll reflip it and be like, yo, like the first black person to say nigga a word was a nigga. He was a black man. Like I know dang well the sisters did not come up with that shit. That was a nigga.
Probably.
Like I don't see a black woman saying
niggas out here always making massa upset.
Yeah.
100%. I genuinely feel like that was like a black man who was like, yo, what's up, nigga? And it became vernacular after that.
Yeah.
I just personally feel that way. I could be wrong, but we ain't gonna ever find out.
So what should we be saying in order to woo a mate? Like, oh man, you look like you have the mind of a good mother.
You don't know.
That's creepy, ain't it?
Right? Like I don't know.
Well, you know what's funny? I used to say shit to chicks, especially, but it's like being too thoughtful with your statements creeps them out.
At first hand, yeah. Like if you don't
no,
know.
it does on the approach. We're just talking about on the approach.
Okay, yeah.
Eventually, that they warm up to those things, they start to enjoy it. But I realized that being outwardly that way, and it's not like the simp or like trying to coax her with niceness. It's just genuinely this is how I talk to people, and I consider you a person, but you're also a person that I think is beautiful. So I'm going to talk to you, and most beautiful. I'm trying to be poetic and prose and all that good shit. And nah, it was like the prose, I just wanted to put it on like, I'm trying to use my best language right now.
Right.
And it turns into you appearing to be creepy or uber nice.
Hold up.
It just rubs them the wrong way.
You freeze. Skirt.
Am I good?
Okay, you good now. Okay.
Yeah, that's your internet,
nigga. Good. Hey man,
get your bandwidth
Xfinity messing up. You'll get your bandwidth up.
But I don't know. Let's break that down a little bit. How do you approach your joint now?
Oh man, that's
I'm gonna let Wall go.
I don't even know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Because
like a joint you completely do not know.
Let's start there. No, don't know her at all.
No, don't know her from Adam.
Yo.
Oh, if you want to start anywhere, because I even feel genuinely just to start talking to a random chick. Let's say you don't know her, but you guys have seen each other a couple times in your local grocery store or some shit.
You're associates,
You're not associates, just you've seen each other.
Okay. You know each other exist.
Like maybe you cross paths in the gym a couple times. You've seen her out and about. Maybe you walk the mall. You've seen her. Maybe you've seen her boutique she works at. Just something, right? Your initial approach.
Okay, so honestly, I don't even be thinking that much, man. I just go up and like, it's two things for me. Either like I'm observing you do something that I could start a convo with, like oh, maybe she got a book on her, maybe she got this hairstyle I like, whatever. Just something. I would literally just find like anything I observe about you and just use that to like start a convo. Like I don't approach women like any differently than I would anybody else. Like if I see you, just how you was talking about like just being genuine with your pros and shit, I just go up and be like, yo, I don't know you, you don't know me, but I seen you over there. I thought you was interesting. I like your hairstyle, your outfit or whatever. What's your name?
But you see, that approach is only beneficial to attractive people.
Yeah, but why would I be approaching her if I didn't think we're talking about like girls
No.
attracted to
I mean,
now, right?
they're attracted to you. So, for instance, it's like, does the same thing work for a person who doesn't look like you, Lou?
I'm not gonna lie, like I am aware, like we're all relatively like reasonably attractive guys here on this podcast. Like I know that. So yeah, it factors into it, but at the end of the day, like I'm not so much worried about like what her response is. At that point, I'm just being as genuine, like off the jump as I could be. Two things is gonna happen. Either she gonna be with it or she not gonna be with it. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be a compliment regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who doesn't like getting a compliment that, oh, some random nigga like my outfit. He was ugly. You know, his shoes was dirty. But it was a compliment that brightened my day up. At the end of the day, it's gonna make her day regardless of how she feels about you. So, you know, just don't come in too strong. Yeah, just don't come in too strong because one that's.
No, I mean, I agree with the subtle approach. I mean, to me, it's also environment.
Yeah.
Don't try that shit at work. Like
not doing that shit at work.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It sounds good, but nah.
See, I look at it like two ways.
I just think we should stop hollering at women at the job. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's how most people. You know, that's a different conversation.
But no one should be allowed to hit on anybody if you clocked in.
My God.
Or you work together too.
No. I mean, you're absolutely right because that's how.
No, if you work together or you're clocked in together, like even if you clocked out and y'all are leaving, don't say shit. Like don't anything. If you guys are going to be in the same workplace together, nothing.
Yeah.
I just think that's the safest way for everyone to remain as comfortable as possible.
No, I mean you're absolutely right because if you don't engage in it, you have no chance of slipping up.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever think about how you would holler at a girl if you had money?
The same way, bro. Yo,
no. Oh no! If I had money, I'd be the biggest asshole. I'd be like, "Hey, I see you bum ass girl. Let me."
I see a dickhead.
Got Dorito dust in her cleavage and shit. First of all, for instance, right? If I had money, I'm gonna get women who approach me.
Think?
I'm not approaching no more. I'm over.
You gotta approach.
I will approach wifey. Wifey. I will approach wifey. I will approach her. Huh?
I said, would you have your boy go and get her? Or
No. It's like, to me, I genuinely just think a couple of flexes on the gram, you're gonna get some honey. Something's gonna fly.
Yeah.
It's like just something going to slide in the DMs. Like, women are aggressive nowadays. It's like, I'm not talking a foreign language. Like, they don't mind jumping up, especially if they see an opportunity in the shit. Like, so I'm not mad at it. That's how that's the vultures we used to be as a society. You know what I'm saying? Men used to just be out here like, oh, where's she at? And you know, women doing that with men now. Listen, I'm not tripping. So for me, I think if I'm rich, if I'm not to that level, I'm not doing none of this shit. I'm lazy.
So you talking about? No, I'm lazy too. But so you saying you just gonna flex for the gram and whatever honey you attract? Is that the kind of honey you want though?
That's not no. I said I will approach wifey. We talking about just getting some.
But you know what? That flexing for the gram has its, benefits, but it also has its downsides.
Well, it depends on how you flex, right? You know? It's like, are you gonna flex through your? I would flex through the art. If I'm rich, I'm working on movies. I'm making movies. Like
I can definitely see you down at Art Basel in Miami whenever Miami opens up. And you just be posting like slight pic. You'd be like, "Yo, I'm here." Like what?
Out in Art Basel, what's up?
Right, honestly, like this is a dream of mine, gentlemen. I've told you guys this before. I gotta get some pussy off the art, bro.
Yeah.
Meaning she's seen some shit niggas created.
She gets the WAP.
Yep.
She has the WAP.
She give you the WAP.
I deliver. And it's just you know what I'm saying? And she could turn out to be a crazy ass chick at the end of it all. I don't mind if that comes with the experience. It's kind of, I'm like this. When you start dating other banks, you gotta be expecting some ashtrays. Hey. If you dating a chick who walked up to you pussy dripping because she like that scene in your movie, you might have to move after you hit because she might be stalking. Like I'm just being real. So for me, I'm like, but I don't like. The thing is though, do you think attractive women pine after successful men?
They probably don't. We're talking about like really attractive.
No. Like I
what
think.
What kind of pining are we talking about? Because
I think there's a superficial attraction. I mean, she's just pretty, but then there's a part of her that's so insecure that she can't really ever be beautiful because she's kind of always just going to be in that place of insecure. Like I like confidence on a woman. You know what I'm saying? She knows how attractive she is or how attractive men are to her, and she kind of just operates in that space. She doesn't manipulate or do anything like that. She just knows. Like she's just in the space of knowing. And I think some women, they kind of, maybe they have like a period where they have a ton of acne at some point or they're kind of overweight and they kind of blossom later into a more beautiful woman as they get older. Those girls kind of always have that apprehensive nature. They aren't confident with their beauty, even though we can tell they're beautiful. So what I meant is just a fully, completely well-rounded, comfortable with her skin, comfortable in her beauty. I don't see those type of, you see those type of women pining after a rich man?
Yes, because regardless of wherever you are at as a woman, of course you just want to be with somebody that's successful, like that is a man. Like, and it don't even really matter. I don't think it matters much like what that field is. It's just that like women want to be with a man who is successful, like period. You know what I'm saying? That's just, and I hate to say shit like this, but that's just like, how they're wired. Like, richer,
it is.
It just is what it is. Like, what woman wouldn't want to be with a baller ass nigga? Period. Even if you a baller ass chick. You know what I'm saying? That's even more incentive to be like, I'm gonna be messing with ballers because I'm a baller. Like attracts like, that type of shit. So
Walt, would you be doing that shit where you just walk up, smack a girl with a wad of hundreds and be like, yo, you coming? Because I want to see. I keep picturing that nigga you played in the deck.
I like toss it in her face and like, come with me. Like that's it. We're leaving.
See, Walt, I'm gonna correct you too. Brand management. Cash app her that. Don't be disrespectful.
Cash app her that.
Cash app her that. Yeah. Don't be disrespectful. What you doing throwing money? You see, this is what I'm saying. We gotta update our misogyny, gentlemen. We gotta get our misogyny back behind a thin veil. The problem with the misogyny is it's not thinly veiled anymore. It's clearly diagnosable. We got to get it back to an undiagnosable stage where we can be misogynistic in peace again.
This is toxic.
I would like to put a disclaimer out there.
I was like, look, I would say I'm just joking, but I don't want to get it. I am just joking, but I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be for instance, right? Like
that's gonna be the next evolution.
Remember when some of the women were like, "Don't call me queen because it's just really you want to call me this or that." Yeah. But those are women who have diagnosed that some men are hiding their misogyny in the new progressive trying to unmisogynize.
Yes.
So they've. I'm not saying that a man hasn't said queen when he wanted to say the B word.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those women have diagnosed that, and so like I said, it's still misogynistic, but it's like, and it's Patton Oswalt had a bit about this. He said the problem with attacking the people who use the language is the people who learn how to go around the language can still oppress you. So he's saying basically like, who's the person that's more progressive? The person who says, I don't think that a man, personally, I don't think a man and a man should be married, but I believe in freedom and you should be able to do what you want to do, even if you do want to get married, because this is a lawful country and God is separated out of that, right? Or the man who's like, yes, I do believe in the transformative nature of gender and its non-binary conforming measures, and therefore, however, I must say homogeny is where the birth of marriage came from, so I must always support it being between a female and male, of course, as you understand. The latter motherfucker is the douchebag.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's using your language.
Yeah. Right.
He still wants to oppress you, but he's using your language. But the other guy has given you the buzzword between a man and a woman, I believe. And now he's all of a sudden supposed to be villainized, even though he gave you what you wanted on the back end, which was he said that he doesn't mind you doing what you want to do and living your life. So it's kind of like, and I think sometimes if you get caught up, and this is why I think Russia is fucking with us so much in these bots right now, is because, bro, these comment sections are crazy with the bots. I want y'all to just do this 1 week, do this one day. When them salacious posts pop up with the Karens on certain timelines and pages like the Shade Room and stuff, go through them initial comments that always be so out of pocket that it's got 30 motherfuckers trying to correct them.
Bots, yo. I see them joints.
Click on them joints and just keep clicking and you'll see, bro, it's just, and it's so funny how they can manipulate, man. It's like they're manipulating because now we have the age of distrust is upon us. It's so strong right now. Like, don't trust this people. Don't trust them motherfuckers is lying over there. Why aren't they talking about this? So it's just crazy. So these bots they're killing us right now, man.
So that should always be funny to me, like, because like if you're internet savvy, like all of us are, I could spot a bot with ease. Like if you put some outlandish comments to be like, oh yeah, but nobody talking about how black men out here aborting babies. I'm like, yo, you being too bold, you being too brazen right now. You're probably a bot, and I'm not going back and forth with you on the internet. But some people will really fall into that trap and be like, hey, don't say that about black women. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, you are arguing with the Russian bot right now.
Yeah, facts. Right. But I've noticed the sophisticated bot system. So they'll have the one outlandish comment, then the other person who says the same thing, but uses the proper language, but the bot sort of hides it in the thin veneer of cultural context. So, for instance, it was trending earlier. Skip Bayless had wrote this letter in the past to Jemele Hill, where he kind of rebuked her because she was when Carrie Champion initially got on First Take, it was Stephen A. Smith and Skip, and she wouldn't get an edge. And so Jemele Hill, being a fellow black woman, used to go on Twitter and defend her, being like, Carrie it's not Carrie's fault. It's kind of like what they do with Molly right now. And, you know, those incel crowds online, you know how they get. So it's like, it's kind of this trippy thing where Skip took Jemele under her wing, and she admits this in the Breakfast Club interview. She's like, Skip was great. He helped me learn what TV works like, but I guess he kind of felt like he made her. So when she was kind of defending Carrie, kind of coming at him a little bit, he wrote her this 2-page letter just shitting on him, right?
2 pages?
2 pages. Just she
talked.
Kip wrote a 2-page letter to Jemele Hill, just talking crap. And, well, not talking crap, but kind of just like, and Jemele took it as him sort of saying, I made you kind of thing, right? So she hasn't talked to Skip since then. So I go through the comments of people that's like, yo, Skip ain't racist, but Skip still ain't shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is kind of, they're kind of going through there like, yo, this isn't racism. We all know Skip is just an asshole. And it's just kind of, so we just go through. And this one dude's like, And there's one dude's like, yeah, man. And it's like, this one dude's like, I mean, Skip isn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Carrie Richardson was da-da-da on the show. But, you know what I'm saying? But Skip for the culture, though. I'm like, okay, this is a bot.
Think so?
Yeah, this is a bot. Because if you go through no profile pic and all that other stuff, and you go but it is
Skip for the
it's a tagline that it's for the Skip for the culture, though. Yeah. So basically, it's like and making it seem like a black person, you know, Skip for the culture.
It always be like an anime character or a black person, like them bots. I'm like, you're not.
Yeah, and then there's actual like people who have whole accounts. Like that feminist joint could be a whole Russian hack joint. Like what we just read the whole post from it. We don't know who's running that. It doesn't have a face to it.
Some people from LA.
It could. It totally could, but I'm just saying hypothetically, like it'd be a dude in a room sitting somewhere just making shit up and putting it out, and now he has 1 million followers, and no one's ever seen the fucking face of this person.
Could be. I mean, you never know on the internets, so.
It's how I feel about that Hood Ratchet TV.
Yeah.
Is that a page?
That's the page. It's a private joint. We follow it. We both follow it, but you sent me some shit from there, Lou. So. There's some reckless shit on there, but I'm like, this is a white person pretending to be a black person running this shit.
Yeah, I can see that.
I 100% believe it. They're always posting like it's like a World Star Hip Hop knockoff.
Hood comedy? Is that what you're talking about?
It's like them, but it's like Hood Ratchet. It's in those same vein, like Hood Sight. You know, it's always posting some ratchet shit niggas is doing.
Yeah. I could actually very much see that be like some incel or some like right wing motherfucker just.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me feels like some of the things that's trended in our culture, meme wise, like some of those nigger Navy memes was made by white people.
Oh, absolutely.
Son, I forgot all about that joint.
Yeah, 100%. But it's like, you know, once they learn it, they can just apply it. Like, you know, you put Tim's on that boat. They put Tim's on the boat. It was like the nigga.
Nigga Navy.
Yeah. Trifling, outlanders, but I'm not shocked if a white man made that shit though.
What was
that was good times.
What was the thing that was going on TikTok? I was like, and that's what did it for me. Like blank did it for me or whatever challenge, and like some white people did it. I don't know. I saw some shit on Twitter.
What TikTok challenge is this? Yeah, well, it's so funny.
This man trying to introduce this idea, and when it didn't go to where he was like, "This is shit I saw on Twitter."
Yeah, he just give up halfway through.
Hell yeah, man.
He's like, can I said anything?
he's like, I ain't trying to die on this hill. Let me just go ahead and run my ass off like Chance did.
Right.
Oh man, so that's funny. I can't know what you're talking about though, Walt.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was something that was going around. Black people were doing it. I think embracing black culture.
Yeah, I think
that page on IG. I love that page, but I feel like that joint. And now that could be ran by Rachel Dolezal. We don't know. Oh, yo, that Rachel Dolezal story was crazy.
Yeah, that like going back and looking at the details of it, like yeah. The way America tries to silence women is fucking terrible.
That is horrible, but I'm not gonna lie. That was more just like we were just kind of fascinated with her. Like you was pretending to be black to help us.
Yeah, that's what we was
right, like we was like, make it make sense, Rachel. You can't join us to fight for us. You just another nigga out here.
Exactly. Like
be the white girl from the freaking HBCU who goes on to do things. We ain't saying you can't be that, but why you gotta be? You see, you want to be in it. Because I just picture, you know how many times she did the head joint with she had the office. You know how many times she did that shit?
The office.
One of the funniest moments for that Rachel Dolezal joint is when they initially was interviewing her and she had her adopted kids in the background and brothers. Mm-hmm. The oldest was looking like, yo, man, this. You just in the back like this, like his whole face during the interview looks like she just told me she was light skinned. He was so blown that his mom wasn't really black. But not even that, but pretending to be black.
Don't tell me she told her kids she was really black.
Yeah. She was living that life.
That is right.
Okay.
What kind of kids gonna hold a secret like that?
Okay.
Hey,
I ain't seen the documentary, but yeah, I can believe that.
Them daughters on whatchamacallit on episode 4 of Unsolved Mysteries. Oh no, episode 6 of Unsolved Mysteries. Bruh, them daughters can keep a secret.
Word?
Oh yeah, like the mom killed her second husband. One of the daughters witnessed it essentially. They kept it secret for years. The brother finds out, takes her to court she ends up winning in court. You know, she doesn't go to jail. She leaves her current boyfriend for some new rich dude. She kills her other daughter, and then lies to the police and the rest of her family, saying that she moved to Florida, like, and she's still just out.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sound like a Lifetime movie to me, bro.
Bruh, it's a Lifetime movie waiting to happen, but the shit is still going on.
You know how many times I be thinking white people just got caught, but it's amazing to me how easily they get away with just lying to the police.
You know what I was thinking about the other day was how we have like the fragility of women, and this is gonna sound like super sexist, but we always say like
White women.
But that's it though. Like we're like in the American culture it was like women and children first because they're seen as weaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then but everything is through the white supremacist, lens. So the weakest person in America is going to be a white woman or a white little girl.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when a white woman does commit a crime, it's almost inconceivable to a white man, regardless of precedent, because of the ingrained perception of how we view women and children and race in this country. So when
it's kind of like Gone Girl.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing but facts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I be thinking the white man line though. Cause you dating her, you know that bitch crazy.
I don't know, she crazy.
You know she crazy, bro. Like you know damn well Karen was doing Karen shit. Karen, like you seen the one video where the woman's in the post office and she's recording the DMV and she's recording, right? She doesn't have a mask on. And the lady's like, ma'am, you have to step outside. You gotta step outside, you can't be in here. She's like, I'm just with my boyfriend. And they're trying to, she's looking at the camera, she's talking as if she's like in the middle of being oppressed. Yeah. She's like, they're asking me to leave right now. I just want to stay with my boyfriend, and she doesn't have a mask on, right? So it's just everything, and she's just like, I don't understand why I can't stay in here. And the dude's explaining to her, because you don't got a mask on, it's on the door. It's written on the door. And right. Everyone, and her boyfriend turns to her and is like, go outside, they're going to call the police again.
Again?
Her boyfriend was saying this to her?
Yes. So to me, it's like, I'm not going like, no, these white men know these white women. Right. So it's really just a wink, 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 blaming on a nigga. Like that's really like that's what happened. Because I guarantee you that Unsolved Mystery at some point she told the motherfuckers, I saw this black guy somewhere.
Yeah, but they were living in like one of those like rural white communities where like it's like now.
That's even better.
We know it wasn't Jeffrey.
Yeah, but now you're that. You should say you saw a black man.
Literally, that's happened before. It's just
before, nigga. That's the go-to. I'm trying to tell y'all.
I'm saying it's happened before.
No, it's not a black. It is African American. Okay.
Whatever you want to call it, simp.
Exactly. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. That's what we are to white America. We a bunch of simps.
We bunch of simps to white women. Is that it?
That's what Joe Biden treating us like. He's treating us like a bunch of simp ass niggas. Like we just ain't gonna ask no questions.
Y'all niggas still asking for shit.
Yeah, man. I done gave you this half Jamaican Indian bitch. I am not calling her a B word. I'm paraphrasing for Joe Biden behind the scenes. I'm not myself saying that.
Why do I feel
gotta
Joe
explain nothing to
Biden
me.
is shooting dice with Master P and Lil Wayne? Like, I feel he's like
Trying to get that vote.
He's super gangster. He's like he's in the thicket of this shit.
And you know, I'm not even mad at him.
Right.
I'm not even mad because he did that with Obama. We loved it when he did it.
Right.
We loved it when he was Cool Joe, Uncle Joe. Like, we loved all that shit.
That's
I'm not mad that now he got like he wearing Kamala like a medallion. I'm not mad at that at all. Like, I seen this picture of them with a mask on and her like leaned over this rail and him kind of like next to her, like an album cover. And a part of me is like, I'm not even mad at it.
Hey, yo, what would their album be called?
It would be called "If You Don't Vote for Me, Nigga, You Ain't Black." Part 1.
Oh man.
Lead single: "If You Don't Vote for Me, Nigga, You Ain't Black."
And now I got the beat right now, son. Yo, I got the D, bro. So Kamala's looking at the paper. And she's like, they're trying to tell me I'm not black. And Joe's like, you voted for me, though.
I don't understand. I did the science.
Exactly. Joe's, well, that's ridiculous. You voted for me. Of course you're black.
I already said if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Don't these people listen?
Don't these motherfuckers listen to me say? It's like, nah, the album cover, man.
Why we just look at certain pictures and be like, yo, that's an album cover right there,
that's
son.
An album cover right
That's
there.
just some innate.
That's the album cover. Nah, that joint I see earlier. I'm gonna repost that shit. Be like, I'm gonna make an album cover for that joint. Now that y'all said it, I'm gonna edit the album cover for that joint. I'm gonna name it something else. What's What? Dot.
I'm a dot.
Vote or die. Or
VOD.
So I did not know Kamala got married when she was 50.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think that's one of the only things I did know about her, besides that whole prosecutor in California stuff.
Yeah. So it turns out she's been single, no children her whole life, her whole career. She's been a career woman.
Wow.
Nothing. She
said woman, no kids.
Yeah. So they was basically like, so apparently she just married this white dude. Last minute shit.
Wait.
He was like,
got no kids though.
Huh? When did she marry him?
2014.
Okay, all right. Because I was like, yo, they got married like 90 days ago. Like,
nah, they recently. So their marriage is fairly new or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was You know what's funny, man? I'm like, okay, so to me, if you are accepted that we are the most exploited group of people in the country, right? Why is it inconceivable that the only way to be a successful politician was to exploit us?
Talking about in terms of her?
In terms of her, like, for instance, like, Bernie voted on a crime bill. He says it was for the Women Against Violence Against Women Act. But Charlemagne had this great point where he was like, how come we're always the sacrificial lamb to, I had to do it even though it did this? Meaning we're always on the back end thought, right? Meaning, okay, they wanted to do this, but this bill also protected women, so I sacrificed your hoods. Like, you know, to protect women. Cool. No one's going to make an argument against protecting women. But why can't we chew gum and walk at the same time? Because I see all these posts that say, you know, you have to be for equality for all if you're for equality. And I'm like, can we afford to carry all as a people? Like, you can want it and you can support it, but can you afford to advocate for all when, like, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I just be looking at certain things. I be saying certain black people, when they say things, I'm like, yo, you can only conceivably think this is going to hit because you're rich.
Yeah. Like,
I see some black people say some shit, and I'm just like, look, I get it. It sounds good when you say we can't be for equality for some unless we're equality for all. But I'm like, but you gotta understand, like, when we are fighting for our liberation, when we're trying to get it out the mud right now, it may not necessarily entail that we're always going to be mindful of others. I don't think that that's this great thing, because once again, it's like they always tell you to do this one thing, but then when you do it, it's wrong. Like Bernie, you said that you were willing to sacrifice our hoods for the Violence Against Women Act. I can't refute that was a beneficial act for women in domestic violence situations. There's no argument there. But look what was sacrificed. Why is our lives and our livelihoods and our wealth and our opportunities, our resources always a sacrificial lamb? It's like this motherfucker in Flint. Okay, how do you save money? Let's move the pipes and put this water going that way. And I'm like, and look, and if social media didn't expose that, right? He's just a governor who did something beneficial and most likely gained economic returns for a certain section of society. Mm-hmm. So if his legacy would have been, well, he created so many jobs when he made that one deal, right? But because that one deal disenfranchised and killed and probably harmed the mental capacity of children for generations going forward, it's like, oh, no, I'm just fucked up, my bad. And I'm like, no, you knew what the pipes were going to do. Mm-hmm. But we're supposed to be fine with those people not going to jail. Like, we're always supposed to be fine with, like, we know that you knew what you was doing when you did it.
Exactly. And if
I'm supposed to stay here and be like,
shame on you, and you should still be held accountable because of the position that
and I hope you burn in hell.
I'm just saying, I don't know never works for us. It just never works for us.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at Nick Cannon. He was like, I didn't know that. Nick's like, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
It ain't work for my mama. It ain't work for my daddy. It's not gonna work for anybody else.
You frozen, Lou.
Damn, he really is.
Yeah, his internet was cutting in and out.
Come back, Lou. Oh,
hold up.
Hey,
we in there?
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, niggas have carried enough, and it's like we deserve to be selfish at this point, like, way past this point.
But the selfishness that Black people are asking for in America are going to benefit other minority groups.
Yeah, they try to Kamala said that earlier this week, and they try to distort her words. Yeah, she said any legislation that's passed is going to, for Black people, is going to benefit everybody. Absolutely. And they try to distort it to her saying rising tide lifts all boats. That's not what she was saying. No. What she was saying is if you make legislation for Black people, by a byproduct of helping us, it will help everyone automatically. Mm-hmm. And that's truth. But they try to distort it to make it seem like she's pushing that same old rising tide lifts all boats. And I'm like, okay, look, man. Yeah. Like, I'm not about to join in this. For instance, like, she's a politician. She's a politician. I'm not shocked that she was shitting over, screwing over Black people in the criminal justice system. Big shocker. So was the entirety of the fucking country. Bruh, everybody and their grandma. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, what are you talking about? Like, this is what the game was. Like, if I'm not mad at Ho for dealing the crack, I'm not mad at Kamala for dealing out them sentences. They was doing what they had to do to get in positions of power that they are clearly in now. And if they want to go back and get their soul right and do what they're going to do to help us now, who am I to judge that, man?
Yeah. As long as they willing to put in the work.
Yeah, and I'm not going to like sit here and like not hold their feet to the fire, man. That's where we lose out, man. When we stop focusing on this shit.
That is a good comparison, though. Like, for all rappers that have had a decorated past, if we forgive them, why not try to forgive, Black politicians that are trying to make it right now?
Bro, I said that. I said if you spent all week defending WAP, you can defend Kamala Harris.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
And I was talking to them Black women who was dragging her. I'm like, don't be saying Cardi's positive. No, we're not going to do this. Like I said,
I don't think Cardi would be putting down Kamala either.
No, not at all. But it's like Cardi's not. And then they were dragging Joe Biden because he did an interview with Cardi.
Wow. That was bullshit.
Yeah, and they're like, she's trying to reach out to Black people. I'm like, is that a reach for Black people or a reach for youth? Like, I don't know.
Maybe Black
people. Both, but
yeah, it's dumb though.
It's dumb because like I seen that I saw a very small portion of that interchange, that exchange, and Joe just looked like he wasn't listening, man. He was just doing some stereotypical politician shit. Like Cardi was like, I would like to see Medicaid for all, free college tuition, and I would like to see niggas stop getting killed. And Joe just did the politician thing where he just agreed to everything. It was like, Apparently, there's a clip. I was watching the Young Turks. You know, I fuck with them. That's my favorite, one of my favorite YouTube channels. And they had a video where they said there was a segment that was cut out of that conversation.
I saw that.
You saw that video where
I didn't
Joe?
See the video. I saw the talk about the segment though.
Yeah, apparently there was a segment that was cut out of that when Cardi said all that stuff about what she'd like to see for his presidency, and where basically he responded by saying, "Yeah, we should be able to do all that, da 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 da. But everybody needs to get out there and vote for that to happen." Basically, like he was just agreeing to everything she said, but really wasn't like, how do I put this?
Listening.
Specific in it.
Exactly. Like he just legit just wasn't. He just kept pushing that whole go vote thing. But I'm like, bro, you know, you're not listening to nothing she's saying because she's Cardi and you're Joe.
Yeah, it's kind of like her telling you about your day before you bust a nut.
Right. It's like, yeah, you know what you came here for. I'm like, you ain't trying to. You just patronizing her at this point.
Joe's like, I'm here for one thing, Cardi. You to say to this camera when you next to you that you're voting for me and Kamala.
Pretty much.
That's why I'm here.
You don't have to say that you voting for me. Just say you support Kamala. Because by extension.
And Cardi's sitting there like, do you like my hair? Joe's like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do you like this dress I bought for you? Oh, it's gorgeous. I've never seen a color before.
You want to walk to China, Joe? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, and this is why I'm convinced at this point. Joe is who Joe is. Joe is gonna be patronizing to us. He's gonna talk down to us. That's his political cachet. That's what's got him his bread and butter. He's not gonna change that now, especially since we're in these dire straits. And that's kind of my biggest draw to him and Trump is just two old white men who ain't trying to change. And I'm just to the point where I'm like, I say I'm voting for these two. But I'm just getting tired of these overly, I don't know what you want to call it, because they're not woke niggas. I'm like, look, bro, if, like, we have to understand, I don't like this notion that we're going to put the Black Lives Matter movement in the microwave and it's going to be done in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is like tatted on your eyeballs, nigga. You're living this for life. Like, this is what we're in it for life at this moment. I posted my joint earlier where I was talking about this. I'm like, yo, we in this for life, man. All we doing is getting the crazy cracker out the office. That's it. That's the objective of this election. Get the crazy cracker out the office.
Yeah.
Put the old other crazy cracker in there who's at least liable to the corporations that run him.
The mildly less crazy cracker.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. Strictly less who has a sister next to him watching this crazy. And I would rather see an interview with Joe Biden and I would see Ebro. Joe Biden could pop by. I don't know. It's like certain places. I'll watch an interview with him and Trevor Noah.
It would never happen.
Friendly.
Like him.
I want to see him with.
I think he did with Trevor Noah.
Nah, he gotta go with Hassan Minaj because he be.
I would agree.
That would be a good.
Hassan Minaj. He would bring the heat. He would bring the heat like we want.
But in a
Jon Stewart would too. That'd be smart. He did that little sit down with a Barack. I thought that was genius. Because like I said, Joe's a good dude.
I guess, man.
He is. I genuinely think he's a good dude. I just think he's
enough to be a good man though. Like, because that's the only upside he really has. Is like he's just a good person. Like he's a better man than Trump.
That's it. That's all we're voting for. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we getting in this election. We've been through hell and back in 2020, and all we getting for it is a Coke and a smile. That's it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it's our fault, man. It's we don't pay attention to these things when we should. We don't be voting like we should all the time as a populace. I blame the American people for everything, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I blame everybody for everything. Like, it's all our fault. 110%. That's why I be telling niggas stay woke. Because motherfuckers be going right back to sleep and shit. I'll be like, motherfuckers be quick searching for the NyQuil.
Yeah.
That's what I said today. I'm like, look, as soon as Joe Biden win, all them black fists is coming down. And especially all them white ones. Because that's their finish line. Most of these white allies, their finish line is getting Joe Biden elected. That's it. Once they get Joe in there, that's them going like, woo, I can do me now. Like,
we're better. No.
Yeah, 100%. But I understand that. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but those are also the same people who just want to get back to what they see as normal. You know, basically pre-Trump running in politics. I would hope we won't do the same shit we did when Obama was in there for 8 years. Just get that motherfucker, like you said, get them in there and then just, fall back. Like, nah, like legit put a knee on this motherfucking neck like they did to George Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As soon as he gets sworn in, be like, yo, son, remember this bill you said we need you to sign this like ASAP Rocky, bro.
Yeah, the people who have been dragged through the mud by the problems of this country over the last 4 years, not just Trump, they won't let Joe and Kamala go. Them kids who's in the school shootings won't let them motherfuckers go. Them people who's on the street marching, holding down Louisville right now, trying to get this justice for Breonna Taylor, ain't gonna let it go. Like, there's a healthy swath of people who is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez gonna keep her foot on these people's necks. And the other members of the squad, Ilyana, all of them are gonna do what they do. That's 100% gonna be the case. And I think we will have an overall more awareness, but I'm fully aware the majority of people are hitting the snooze button as soon as that motherfucker gets sworn in. They right back to doing what they do.
But my biggest thing is, like, as far as what I know about Joe Biden, is that I have heard over and over and over that this dude loves to, quote unquote, reach across the aisle, which basically just means, like, this nigga is like a closet Republican. You know, all that reach across the aisle, be bipartisan shit.
Facts.
He's just too willing to, like, acquiesce to, not even acquiesce, that's a kind of, he's too willing to work with the right. Yeah. And I was watching a video, again, some Turk shit, where they talked about, they let John Kasich speak at the Democratic National Convention, and he's, of course,
he got more time than AOC.
Right. And there's a line in there where he's talking about, I know Joe, he's a good man. I know he's not going to go super left on us. That line right there, that super left, is basically just saying, like, yo, these Republicans that don't fuck with Trump be voting for Joe, but that's because we know he's low key one of us, and he not gonna go too far left once he gets in that office. So I'm like, yeah, we getting the orange dude out of office, but for real, Joe Biden is. That's why I say I don't think he's that good of a man. He's better than Trump, but I don't think he's a good dude, because he's a Democrat that really is just a Republican low key. You know
he's an old fashioned Dixie Democrat.
Yeah, so I'm like, how much are we gonna get out of him?
But I said that. I was like, I remember a couple podcasts ago, I was like, he's uplifting white supremacy that way. Because if there's a whole swath of black people who are just asking for you to capitulate towards us, give us what we want, but you won't do that because you're afraid you'll turn off the John Kasich of the world. So you're willing to forego where your support is if you just do the other thing. So your natural inclinations lean towards supporting white supremacy. So it's just, to me, only reason I say good dude, because I try to remove your correlation to the well-being of my people to how I'm perceiving you as a human. Just because I think that white supremacy is this thing that affects all of us in some way, and we can diagnose how those effects are manifesting themselves and appearing. We can sort of look at it and say, like I said, if you tell Joe Biden, yo, you're being a white supremacist by concerning yourself with what those moderate white voters are going to do, instead of looking at what those conscious and progressive black people want from you. You know, they're saying, yo, I'm ready to vote, just give me this. And these other people are sitting here like, oh, I think I like 45. There's no way, in any way, shape, or form, that you should be dancing over there, but that's what they always do. I remember one time I was leaving philosophy class at Nova Woodbridge campus, and we got a conversation about race going in class. One white dude walking out with me, He's like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? What you were saying in there was really interesting. You know, I have a friend who thinks like that, man. You know, I don't vibe with it. I don't really fuck with it. But you know what I'm saying? That's who he is. You know, I'm just like, and my whole thought is like, why is he your friend? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how they always play it. They always play it where, so yeah, Joe can step over there because Joe got some things in common over there. You know, none of these niggas believe that we should be bused together to school. So, you know, and Joe just found out that black kids can learn
just as smart as normal kids,
just as smart as them white ones. So it's there, it's all there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why he got so much of the Southern black vote, because Southern black people are just so used to white people being racist. Yeah. That they have a higher tolerance for it, and they're just kind of like, well, he's one of the good racists. I think that's what it is for them. Because, like I said, I think they're just so used to that thin veil. Like, imagine if you were growing up, right, and you had a white friend, and you both were churchgoers on Sunday, and one day he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to your church," and maybe your homie sleeps over on Saturday, right, and y'all got church in the morning. So he goes to church with you, or you go to his church. That could happen in Nova.
Yeah,
doesn't happen in South Carolina.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's like, no, you might sleep at your white friend's house, but you going home Sunday morning to go to your church, and he's going to his church. You know, so
the church in Nova is non-denominational, whereas the Southern
non-denominational.
You know,
yeah, but even if
a specific sect.
Yeah, but it's a church. You're supposed to welcome anybody who walks to the church. That's in the Bible. So to me, it's like, so it's kind of, well, we know I really go, but like Malcolm X said, you know, the most segregated hour is high noon on Sunday. You know, that's the most segregated hour in America, and I'm like, he's right. It's like them parishioners and Amity Church, they knew what Dylan was up to. You know, but they were believers, so they tried to pray it out. Tried to pray with him, you know, but come on, son, this white kid is here, fully dressed in Navy Army fatigues. Got racist emblem on his jacket. And you know what it looked like to have a Glock on you from the South when you black. You know what it looked like when you sit with a gun on you. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all knew, or at least could assume to some degree.
It was too much in the spiritual realm, man.
They was.
Come back to the physical and realize that this is completely out the normal, and this motherfucker should not be here right now.
But in real talk, they were really practicing their faith, though.
They were. They
didn't turn him away from the church.
That's true.
And they brought him in and prayed with him, and they died for it. And I'm just like, look, man, I'm not Malcolm. I mean, I'm not Martin.
Nah.
I ain't about to. I can learn the Kingian methods of nonviolence. I can believe in them. I can. That's what they call them, I think. The Kingian. That's what they're called. They're called the Kingian methods of nonviolent protest.
Really?
They literally. Kamika Mallory, she trained the people who sat on Daniel Cameron's front lawn, and she said we're going to be training them in the Kingian methods of nonviolent protest. This is actually a terminology. So it's actually a school of practice for these protesters. And I'm just saying, man, like Lou said a long time ago, we about ran out of cheeks to turn.
Yeah.
Like, I seen this one video from the UK where that man was talking shit on the train. Do you see that joint where he got slapped by the young black kid on the train in the UK? And they was playing, oh man, I got to bring this up.
Oh wait, I think was it on Netflix? Or not Netflix? Was it on Instagram?
Yeah, it was on Instagram.
It was a whole 30-minute show.
It was Instagram, but I gotta bring this up.
Wait, no, I just saw it. He got a
because I hate this nigga.
Not on his head.
Yeah, he's laid out against the door. Yo, he got stuck. I just love how everyone, the white people in the video was like, "That's what you get for being racist." They laughing at this nigga, yeah. They laughing at this nigga. But he got slapped.
The women started laughing.
But did you see how they was playing Drake's song?
Oh, nice.
Did you see that cut?
No.
You got to see that joint. I took a half. She took the whole thing. Slow down, baby. That's just the way they cute it to go with this nigga. As soon as he gets slumped, they put the baby.
Where's the video? I'm trying to see that jump.
Y'all ain't see the joint with Drake's music playing?
Nah, I ain't see that one.
I knew I shared it.
I don't even. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see it. But
You know that Avatar meme? It was like Joe Biden removing your melanin. At the Fire Lord Ozen joint.
yeah, you gotta slap a mofo every now and then, son. Like, turn up on these crackers. Any chance you get.
Afraid.
But I do gotta bring it up, right? I can't stand this nigga. And he dropped another hit song.
I ain't even mess with it
with Lil
like
Durk.
that, for real.
Drake.
I think Lil Durk was my favorite part of that
Laugh
song.
Now, Cry Later.
No, it wasn't my favorite point. Don't play that little boy in the club. We do not listen to rap. Yeah. Surround Drake around Drakes. It was like surround Drake. The video is dope though.
Around Drakes.
I love the video.
The video is dope. Dirk killed.
The video is the best part of the song.
Yeah, this is one of them Drake tracks. I'm good without. Y'all think about the album title? Yo, people was quick to call that.
What's the album title?
Allegedly, it's Certified Lover Boy, which is just code for I'm a dog. But okay,
that's what I want to talk about.
Certified Lover Boy.
Drake is Future, but he just hides it in the language. What we were talking about earlier.
Drake is as a soft boy.
This is the thing, though, right? I know Drake feel the same way about most women that most of us do, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Sad boy?
Meaning, he know a hoe when he see a hoe.
Yeah.
He know a sister when he see a sister. And we all know lame niggas don't know the difference. Just this joke, J. Cole, right? But I realize this. Drake doesn't say bitch, right? Doesn't use derogatory language. So I know why women love him so much. But I've always been the dude who's like, no.
He's still an
he just figured out the language. He's still a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Like I'm the one screaming with the. I'm like, he's really the killer. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's really the killer.
Got a gun.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, and people are just like, it's genuinely just like Drake. You know that Drake is the dude, the white kid you sit in the store before you, who really steals the shit. Yeah. But he's not getting looked at. You niggas is getting watched. That's Drake. Drake is really, like I said, man, he's really the killer. It's just like, they just driving away from the scene and I'm back here waving, trying to stop the car. And they're like, I wonder what he wants. And Drake's like, just keep driving. Just keep driving.
They ain't even looking at me.
But it's like, but I get it. He's not going to do anything to physically abuse you. He's also not going to do anything to talk derogatorily towards you. He's not going to treat you nice until he gets what he wants from you. And then you gone.
He's basically Future with a better pullout game.
Facts. And even his isn't bulletproof.
Clearly. But
better pullout game or just more plan Bs?
Call it what you want, call it, son.
Well, we know Drake is worse at basketball, so he just can't hit his shots as good as Future.
Ooh.
Future pulling up like Dame from half court, yeah.
Getting everything.
You trying to say Drake needs a little help to get there?
Drake needs some whop in his life. Let me stop. But I feel like Drake would be the type of dude who will be like, one day he'd be like, she thought she had the whop, but my dick was burning. Like just something where it's like, she thought she had the whop, but I needed lubricant. Like just he gonna use it in some way. He gonna flip it.
He's gonna try to flip it. It's gonna sound hot, and then for maybe 6 months, people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's cool," but after that, people are like, "Nah, this."
Yeah.
No. He gonna give you them captions. I I'm looking forward to the project just because
This is album number
new
7
music.
for him.
I don't fucking know, man.
I'm not looking forward to Drake's music. Like,
I don't like that song that much. Like, I have not played it once in the car, like on the way to anywhere. But I just hope the rest of the album is better than that.
I saw it's I liked it because I liked the video for it, but I also like when it was used when they knocked that racist motherfucker out and they were playing that shit. I saw that. So I literally just saw it. It's gonna watch. It's gonna be at the end of any video we see like that. They're gonna be playing that Drake. It's gonna be like a meme. It's a memeable song where you're just like, baby. He made that shit for TikTok. It's like a TikTok perfect song for TikTok. And I'm just like, I see what you're doing, Drake. Like, you just let me make a couple drinks with Khaled. Let me throw this joint out there. I'm gonna put a Dave Myers production video to it. High quality, dope visuals. I'm gonna get star-studded cast to come through, thrill you with their cameo. I'm gonna make a little comedic. He's a genius. Genius at the
market.
market.
Not even a genius. He just got the formula, man. And why switch it up if it's not, this shit ain't broken. Like, we know what a Drake song will sound like before it even drop at this point.
Do you think Drake is going to fall back into film?
He has no choice.
I don't even know about that, but I say no unless it's like on the back end, as in like being an executive producer or something. I mean, he said he wanted to step back into acting, but I mean, I haven't seen him act in anything but a music video lately. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It's gonna get weird.
He's producing Euphoria, so
it is gonna get weird. I feel like Drake is gonna turn into LL Cool J, like in the sense that like.
Well, yeah, he hosted the ESPY, so I can see that. LL Cool J was hosting mad shit.
I say that in the sense of like both of these dudes are both like put out so much content as far as music goes at such an early like stage in their life. Like, if you think about it, I always think about it like this. I'm like, so most rappers probably have like 3, if you're lucky, 5-year run with their career, and they kind of fizzle out by the time they're like mid-30s. But the average life expectancy in this country is by like 76. So I'm like, yo, you're not about to be, once your run is over, like, bro, you're not going to be like 40, 50 something, like still putting out tracks. Like, you've already achieved the highest milestones you could possibly achieve it as far as music goes. So I'm like, what do you do with the next 30 something, 40 years of your life? You know what I'm saying? When you've achieved so much at such a young age, like, he's like 33. That's pretty young. Let's keep it a buck.
I think he's like 34 or something.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to hear music from you when you're like 50 because
I'm not trying to hear you making
life
music.
is getting better.
And you can't make some music for teenage girls when you're 37, bro. It's just weird. Like,
yeah,
like Tootsie Slide. If you drop Tootsie Slide in 5 years, people have been like, Dre, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, even now when he dropped it, I'm like, it's cool because, but yeah, like you said, a couple years from now, I'm not trying to hear no Tootsie Slide. Like, this is weird. And he's not going to give you no 444 shit.
He's not. I just don't think, like I said, he doesn't have it in him, man. He just doesn't. That's cool, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, I say we can wrap this joint up.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty solid joint. We got everything out the way.
Oh, shit. I forgot about this shit.
Question of the week? Because I have
not a question of the week. It's the, what do you call it? They were, 3 transgendered women were attacked in L.A.
Oh, I saw that. I posted about that earlier. Yeah. Travesty, yo.
Yeah, man.
Looks like one of them got assaulted, and she's like bleeding or something. One of them got assaulted, right? I saw the video.
Eden the Doll, Zavia Ward, and Jackie Aina.
Yeah. It was a shame. I saw the video. It was this dude who stole her wallet or something.
He robbed them and then went back and attacked them.
Yeah. Now, the dudes in the video who saw it all go down, they were calling him like the T word and everything and kind of derogatorily talking down on it. Didn't help or anything. Try to step in, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I saw that and I was like, oh, this is fucked up. But like this, I've seen these videos for women, for young boys. Like niggas is just trifling. Like they gonna stand there and not do shit and mock who's ever getting hurt. Like that's the era we live in, yo. You know. Hopefully they get justice though. I think she was attacked because she was specifically trans, but he stole money from her. But like I said, man, people get robbed all the time, yo.
Cold word. Yeah.
I'm just saying, people get robbed all the time.
Yeah, but then
the fact that
of who you are,
the fact
like attacked because you're trans.
Did he know that though?
Up.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He knew. I think so. I think the dude who robbed her knew. And the dudes who were talking shit about him knew. I said it's just a bad look. It's just horrible looking. It's not anything that wouldn't happen on an empty street at night, but it's just a bad look because these men are talking down about them, misgendering them, doing all types of crazy shit. So, and people were just like, you got to be able to. You know, it's funny though. I seen India Moore. She created a I guess is a derogatory term for cisgender men.
You can take it. What is it?
She calls us sissies with the C.
That's funny.
These sissies who watch these sissies who attack these beautiful women. That's what she said.
That's kind of funny.
So I was like, that was interesting. I was like, I hope that take off. That'd be interesting if that take off.
But here's the thing, though. That's
because they're not gonna understand what it means, and then when they do understand, they're gonna get really mad.
Yeah, but it's her flipping it. It's her like flipping the phrase, and so I'm not mad at it. I thought it was pretty smart. Yeah, I posted about that earlier though. Hopefully they get justice, but like I said, man, I just seen the joint with the young look, man, I'm not like it's gonna get crazy out here in these streets, bro. Protect your neck. You seen the video that joint with that white woman who just got charged because she ran over those two black children and bounced?
No.
Yeah, she killed that 9-year-old and that 12-year-old black kid. Hit and run. White woman. Just bounced. They finally caught her and charged her like yesterday or today. Like I said, I'm not like I said, man, it's horrible. We speak about it. We say it's wrong. But to me, I'm just like, yo, I'm not going to expect anybody to be spared from the cruelty that will befall us after 4 years of living under the most callous, narcissistic piece of shit that we have ever seen grace the cover of a magazine in this country. Like,
yeah, honestly, man, I'm just like, I don't even blame that motherfucker for any of this, because I'm like, the world is always on fire, and we're just lucky that we have not been burned yet, or hopefully never at all. Like, I just accept that like crazy shit just be happening. I'm just lucky like no crazy shit has happened to me yet.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think the ramped upness of the crazy shit, we've all discerned it. But by like literally people die like every day on my timeline. It's horrible stuff, and it's tragic, it's horrific. But I think, and I said this when he first won, but a president's job is in some ways to maintain the consciousness of the society, always ushering and pushing for us to be better, right? And the thing that Trump does is he just pushes for you to be greedy, callous, careless, mindless, self-serving assholes. There's a rise in human trafficking. They are snatching women left and right now. There is a rise in, I've seen so many videos, there's now people actually going out, catching the people trying to grab the children. There's like people walking up on them with video rolling, like, yo, I know you're here, like Shine, like what's the dude, Chris Hansen style type shit. Right. I know you're here to meet so-and-so. And the dudes in the video like, oh no, I'm not doing it. I'm like, but you're going to get a rise on all that stuff, because once again, it's like, when you see it, it's not even a conscious decision, right? It's just, let's say you spent your whole life not doing something that was horrible because you knew it was against the moral fiber of society, right? However, that moral fiber is decaying and is starting at the top. So the dudes at the very top displays no signs of morality or ethics. So, and you just been seeing that for 4 years. Him just doing what he wants to do, saying what he want to say about whoever he want to say it about. Now you got the dude on the phone like, shit, let me go try to grab some kids. Let me go try to. It just adds to this proliferation of lawlessness in the mentality, because that's where it goes first. A society is crafted in the mind. Like Trevor Noah said, we have a social contract. And when that social contract is broken on so many levels, that's why these young kids ain't trying to listen to what we're saying right now, because they're observing no formal structure to the contract. They're like, we seen what you did with Bernie at the DNC. We see what you did with him this time. They all they see is corruption on the pure scale. So in their brains, they're just like, none of these motherfuckers ain't shit. And I get it. It's going to be hard. It's hard to instill a sense of something they never had. Like they never had a sense of normalcy. Normal to them is corruption. So they're like, I want better than this, because, like I said, I think women should be running everything at this point. I just genuinely feel that way. Like, give women the reins. They said all the countries that have women leadership responded faster to this virus. They did more things for their citizens. And like I said, look, fellas, we had a good run. Black men, we didn't get to play as much because of the good old racism. Well, the men had a good run running shit, bro. Let the women get it. Let's chill back. Let's get in the cut for a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there'll be some spaces for us to still come in, do what we do, fuck shit up, but for the most part, man, like I said, I'm not going to take, like Nipsey said, the greatest human act is to inspire. I'm not going to take what Kamala means to young black girls.
No, absolutely no.
So that is a human act. She was inspirational to many. A young black girl at HBCU is holding her head a little higher. Like, I'm not mad at those things that it does for a society. Hopefully we get to a place one day where we can respect trans women as women.
Yes.
Women as women.
Yes.
Like, men as men.
Yes.
And just children as children, Like, I don't know, man. It's like, I think we're in such a tumult. Like I said, I really feel like it's the beginning of a chaotic decade, not almost the end of a terrible year. Like, I just genuinely feel that way. Like, there's no way in hell this motherfucker is just bouncing if he loses. He's not. It's gonna be gunfire to get this motherfucker up out that office.
I hope not.
Oh, it's going to be, man. Like I said, like, the spectacle of it will be interesting. But at some point, that shit in your timeline on them phones is going to be in your front yard. At your door. Because I started wondering that, because I'm seeing it now. I'm like, okay, a lot more homeless people out here right now. And I parked my car at Target at night, and I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to drive off, just came out the store. And a part of my brain, I'm like, how many more years until this is just dangerous?
I really be expecting like a homeless motherfucker to be sleeping in my car sometimes when I step out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like sleeping, but I just think about that coal line, man. He said everybody's a killer. All you got to do is push until they lit. Like,
yeah, that's it.
And that's it, man. And at some point, a motherfucker going to be rolling on you at the light. Nice watch, nigga. Run it. Because I'm just looking at the hunger, man. I'm looking at the hunger. And like Pac said, man, me, grab. And you sitting there, and now we got social media. Like, I can, like, it's like when Ellen said, it feels like I'm in a prison, and she's in her mansion, and people came for her. That is the wealth gap that we can clearly see on our phones. Meaning, somebody's like in this apartment for a month straight, going crazy. In New York, shitty walls, rats, everything. And they see this post from Ellen. It's like being in a prison. And this nigga looks up and he's like, yo, I actually got a cousin that's locked up down the block.
In jail right now.
And I'm in this shitty apartment. And now he don't even got that shitty apartment because he just got evicted. Can't even get his job back running because it's gone forever. He made his whole life being a waiter. Ain't no restaurants opening right now for waiters. Next thing you notice, man, like, he gonna go grab the glizzy and run up and do something.
You're not gonna be shy with it.
Not gonna be shy at all, yo. So, like I said, man, it's scary times, man. Like I said, I've literally seen like about 2 or 3 kids die a week now in gun violence.
This is America.
Like children, like that little white kid who got killed, that the white people try to run with and make it seem like it has something to do with it. Like, you notice how they did that shit? They really tried to make him a reason for us to stop wanting cops to kill.
What? Who is this kid? What happened?
Cannon, right? What was his name?
A 5-year-old boy that was shot by. I don't remember the story. I'm not even gonna lie.
Shot by that black dude?
Yeah, his father and them were having a disagreement, and he was shooting at the father and accidentally hit the kid. And the dude was in jail, but these white people were posting like, "Where's the outcry for him?" And I'm like, first of all, y'all wasn't saying shit when the black baby 1-year-old got killed 3 weeks ago. Was it Chicago? Or how about the Tyler who got killed at the anti-gun violence march in D.C. a couple weeks ago? But as soon as this white kid popped up, dead at the hands of a black man, let's go. We got one. I'm like, oh my God, man. Like,
it really do be like that.
Do all lives really matter if you're waiting for a white one to die before you say something?
Yes, all lives do. All white lives matter.
So yeah, man. So go ahead and read out those trans women again, Walt. Make sure we get some justice for them.
All right. I was trying to find their names, but it's Eden, the Doll, Rose, and Flawless. I'm guessing those are their.
Yeah, justice for them, and justice for Brianna, man. Like I don't. Like at this point,
I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah, real talk, man. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
All right.
This is the TWEOM Podcast. I've been your host, Joel Morris.
It's your other host, Louis XV.
And it's your other host, Walt Rid.
Thank you for watching. Peace.
Peace.